Now they're expanding now, and we're actually saying, if you're going to expand, we want the infrastructure first.
Well, walking on the road is taking life in your hands.
Bristol Airport opened in 1930 and has continued to expand. In 2010, Bristol Airport plans a £150 million expansion. These plans include a new car park, extension to the terminal building, and also a hotel. This has been met with a lot of criticism from local residents.
Hi, I'm Hilary Byrne, spokesperson for Stop Bristol Airport Expansion campaign. What people are worried and parishes are worried about is more daytime noise from flights, more nighttime noise from flights, more traffic on our roads, loss of green belt due to car parking, and of course they're also worried about climate change.
I'm a member of the Green Party, and the Green Party stands for sustainability, and it is of the utmost importance that any development should be compatible with combating the challenge of climate change. Now there's several issues. One is it necessary? Who does it benefit? Secondly, is it sustainable in business terms? Is it sustainable for local access and traffic? And then is it in any way compatible with our aims under the Climate Change Act? And I very strongly believe that it isn't.
The airport is there, and the runway runs parallel with the road. We are very near peak oil, and air travel for the masses is just not on. But I don't think overall, to stick to the knitting, that it should be allowed to expand, because I don't think the demand can continue as it has been. There isn't a need for this sort of airport.
All right, the airport is just over there. If you stand on your toes, you can see the control tower. And we can often see planes in the tips of the wings and that in the distance. We're a resident for, 48 years we've lived actually here. I really feel that it's large enough at the moment, and the perimeter is in such a mess, a squalid mess. It needs tidying up. All this time that the aircraft have not been flying, they've not attempted to clear around the perimeter, and I feel that they should be able to keep their airport tidy before they are allowed an expansion anyway. And also the road access to it is absolutely horrendous. We've got no pavements, we've got no street lights, so really something needs to be done about that before they expand it.
The airport we don't mind too much, but the road is very bad. Walking on the road is taking life in your hands. We asked for a pavement here, but no chance of getting a pavement. So you can see what the road's like. You can't even get in on the grass verge because there's no grass verge. So the hedges grown out and covered the grass verge. We won't want to see it double inside. No, definitely not. No.
It's really difficult pulling out of the drive. I always get quite worried actually. I stand there. Well, I sit there rather thinking, right, look left, right, I'm going to go for it now, quick. And I always keep my fingers crossed that nothing's going to hit me. Every time, every day.
We've had to have special windows, what they call silence glass, which has cost us rather a lot of money, on the bedroom windows to combat the aircraft noise and the road noise. We're not in line for a grant because we aren't in the footpath to get a grant for airport noise.
We've had quite a few accidents down this road as well, which we've just written letters to our councillors actually, giving them details of what we think about it. And I've taken photographs of my daughter standing on the grass verge with the traffic coming in each direction, just to point out just how awful it is for pedestrians.
Local campaigners are using the Air Transport White Paper on climate control to support their campaign against the expansion.
Well, the Heathrow ruling, as we understand it, states that the Air Transport White Paper, which is the guiding policy for determining airport expansion throughout the UK, not just at Bristol, every airport, is now very flawed. It has to take into consideration all the climate change. And of course, North Somerset at this stage in the airport haven't done that. So we think they need to go back to the drawing board and rewrite their climate policies. They need to show us different information. We need to see how they are going to reduce their carbon emissions.
I very much hope that they will look at it again in view of the recent High Court judgment, which quite clearly said that that the two policies, the aviation white paper policies, do not take account of the Climate Change Act of 2008, and the whole thing should be revisited. So I would hope that the decision is postponed.
On the 24th of May 2010, a planning and regulatory meeting was held at North Somerset Council. The application for expansion was approved at local level despite the objections, and was then referred to the Secretary of State for final approval in due course.
So allowing the airport to expand when everybody else is having to cut back, just to me doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I have always objected to the constant moves of the airport to expand.
We have to stand up for our residents and get mitigation. And people who don't live so near the airport don't realise how low the planes are over our parish. They don't understand that, for example, were at Heathrow, the entire parish would be within the perimeter fence. Well, this means the planes are very low, they're very noisy, and the surface traffic on the roads is very, very bad. And we have said all along that we need systems put in place so that there is mitigation for the extreme inconvenience caused to our residents before the airport should be allowed to expand. And unfortunately, this decision today means that will not happen, and this is quite distressing for us.